Hi, welcome to Kermie and the Angels. My name is Dr. Kermie Woollenhouse. I'm an angelologist, I'm an author, and I'm the hostess for Kermie and the Angels TV show. Thank you for watching. We have a special guest tonight. Her name is Ambika Wauters. She's amazing. I'm so glad you're here.
Thank you.
She is an author, she's an artist, and she's also a homeopath. We're so happy to have you tonight because she's going to bring in it's an exclusive. She's going to show her angel art. So welcome aboard. I'm so glad you're here.
Thank you. It's a pleasure.
Yeah. So tell me about, so we've talked to Ambika before about some of her angel books, and I'm going to show you one of them, Healing Power of the Angels. And this was just a couple years ago that you came on the show and talked about this, wasn't it?
Yes.
And so how's that going?
It's going very well. It has a worldwide distribution, and people seem to really benefit from reading it.
Mm-hmm. And you've gotten two other books in between then and now as well.
Yes.
So tell us about those.
I've written a book on healing martyrdom.
Mm-hmm.
I've written a book on Kabbalah and the Tree of Life, which has been a wonderful path of exploration.
And we talked about the angels and the Kabbalah on a show previously, so I'm so glad that you come here when you have something new to show us and to kind of guide us with, so instruction. So welcome again, and tell us about your art. This is kind of new, isn't it?
Well, I've been an artist my whole life and studied art, went to the Royal College of Art in London and have a master's degree in fine arts. And the call of healing beckoned me and sent me on a whole different path than I thought I was headed for. And I spent nearly 40 years working, studying, and developing my homeopathic practice, which I love. I love homeopathy deeply. And recently had a period of time where I was just called to paint.
Mm-hmm. Before we get to your paint, I want everybody to see that she wrote the book. And I know that you practice in town and that you have a product out as well, some remedies that you've gotten for pets, for
people,
and
pets and people.
And maybe possibly plants are coming out too at some point.
Yes.
But you do have a line, and she does sound and color healing. Tell a little bit about all that.
Well, about 25 years ago, I developed homeopathic color remedies. I wanted to bring art and science together. Mm-hmm. So I used the vibration of light and developed these remedies in conjunction with the chakras, the energy centers. And they open the field and they allow healing to happen.
Now, she's also written a lot of chakra books.
Yes.
And so this is not just something you pulled out of the air, that you teach about chakras, you teach about homeopath and pathic medicine, and you're very generous, I would imagine, or what I want to say is you're very generous, and you teach classes in the area, online, Skype, all that as well, don't you?
Yes, I've written 8 books on the chakras. It's a wonderful ladder to higher consciousness and a great teaching vehicle for understanding ourselves and developing our spirituality.
And before we get off your books, I want to also talk about another book that you have written, and this one got an award. Is that true?
Yes.
This is the Angelic Year, and it got the Book of the Year by the Center of the Book in Colorado. And it's a beautiful book. I think we've shown this before. Gorgeous pictures. It's so well done. And,
yes, it's a beautiful book, beautifully produced book.
Now, one of my favorites, too, of your angel books is the Angel Blessings for Babies. And this is always just so beautiful. And there's the Virgin Mary with the baby Christ. It just talks about the angels of faith and different angels as well. So not only are you talking about the healing powers of angels and bringing that all together, but you're also just doing some art now. So let's talk about that.
Well, I would like to call this series The Angels of Light. And I see them The paintings came in a very beautiful way. The paper was wet. paint was put down, and when it dried, these forms appeared. And all I did was just fill them in. I didn't conceive of painting a certain thing. It just appeared on the paper. And I marvel that
Let's see them.
this wonderful gift. This is called Bliss.
Oh my.
And it's one of my favorites. It just emerged. And I just kept pursuing it. In the beginning, they were very small little angels, and they kept getting bigger and more powerful and more beautiful. So I see them. What I envision is a card deck, an oracle card deck with these qualities.
Wow.
So this is the angel of protection.
Okay.
And so the idea is that there would be a book and a card deck of 52 cards, and that there would be just one quality for each card. And you could pick one, and it would be a divinatory oracle with some guidance. But the paintings, again, they just emerged. They're all angels. Everyone is an angel. And they're all different.
Do you paint anything but angels?
No, only angels.
Isn't that great? I love that.
I've done 70 angel paintings since January.
Oh, that's so great.
Yeah.
And how do you start with these? Do you, tell me, do you meditate before?
Well,
or?
I meditate. I'm a meditator. I meditate every day, and I don't paint every day. I feel called to garden or cook or do other creative things or study. But I've been painting several times a week, and I go into my studio and they just emerge. This is called the feminine spirit.
Do you feel these angels as you're painting them?
No, not in the beginning. In the beginning, it's just washing the paper down, laying the color on the paper, several colors, and then coming back the next day, and there's an angel or several angels. And then I just fill in the space. And that's wonderful. I marvel. I'm so delighted by what's been given to me, by what emerges.
And what I'm struck with, too, is that these paintings have chakra colors.
Oh, yes. They're all the colors of the rainbow in there.
So it brings in your Masters of Fine Art, your education with that, and your education as a chakra healer and a homeopath. It's just quite amazing. Now, I know that this to be true as well, that this is not your first oracle deck.
No, I've done 3 different oracle decks. I've done the Angel Oracle, which has sold 1 million copies worldwide. It's in 12 different languages, and it's been out since 1995 and still sells. I did the Chakra Oracle, which was published by Canary Press, and that did very well. And then I did one called Nature's Healing Oracle about the healing property of plants. And that was a wonderful oracle, too. And
So
hoping to revive that, get that back in print.
I have to tell you, I was in England, and I have, as you can well imagine, a bookcase full of every angel book that is possible in the world. And I had gone to England for about a year, and I saw your book and this oracle deck, and I'm like, where didn't I see this? Why is it here and not in the United States? But it is in the United States as well.
Yes, these publishers get them out all over the world, all over the world. That's their job, and they know what they're doing, and I just write the book.
Great. And so tell us, what are you going to? You're going to have 52 in this deck of these 70?
Yes.
Is that true?
I think so.
Okay.
Yeah.
Great. And tell us a little bit about this one.
That's called Radiance. No, I'm sorry. That's called Purpose. Purpose. And that's...
I'm gonna put it a little bit to the side.
Yeah.
So you can see.
That's a very intentional angel with a purpose, a higher purpose.
I love the gold.
I do too.
That outlines the angelic figure, and then
A lot of
they're
gold.
very feminine as well.
Are they?
Yes, I find that they're extremely feminine, and they have some masculine, strong qualities, but very feminine. And I like this one too. It's kind of
That's
looks
called
like a
unique.
heart.
It's called
Is it
unique.
unique?
Yes.
I'm sorry I'm not
She
doing
shines.
justice to them all.
Yes, the gold and the silver were a wonderful addition to the color. And they give them a kind of luminescent, radiant quality. This one is called Happiness. And I love this. She just emerged, this beautiful, happy angel.
Excuse my hand here. Oh, that's great.
Mm-hmm. Just absolutely happy.
Are you going to be having these in a show somewhere?
Yes, and they'll be listed on my website when that event happens.
Okay, great. I'll give you everyone her contact information so you can go to her events calendar and see when you can see these.
Yes.
And do you have them online at this point?
Some are online, yes. Some of these are definitely online. People can go and see the many angels I painted over the years.
I want to show as many as possible so that we can just get a real clear picture here. And what's this one?
This one is Ideals. And she's searching.
She's searching. And what's nice is I think she goes this way.
Yes.
And that she's flying.
Yes, she's flying.
Good. That's beautiful. Now, these are, I'll kind of hold one up in a minute, and people can see how big they are. And they look like this right now, but they're going to be in these cards at some point.
Yes.
So a publisher, you sent it to your agent.
Yes.
And then they, of course, go to these book shows, book fairs, and they meet publishers and other agents and printers and just anybody you could think of, distributors.
Yes.
And then they kind of just show what's happening around with new authors. I'm sorry, not new authors, but what authors have, new that to show them. So let me get you a close up on this one too, because this one
is called Frivolous.
Frivolous.
Yes, she's very frivolous.
Oh, that's so great.
This one is called Guidance.
It's like a fairy godmother. I like the halo on top
Yes.
too. Guidance. So wisdom as well.
Yes.
Here's one in the clouds, looks like.
This one's called Wonder.
I feel very honored to be even touching these original pieces of work that you have. This is really quite amazing.
This is called Motherhood.
And so tell me about your process. As you started painting, I know you're an author and you're very prolific. Could you write a book while you were doing them?
No, I couldn't. I was totally into the visual experience of paint and color, and finding the right paper and the right paints became a quest, and it gave me such joy to do it. More joy than I can describe, because for 40 years I've been doing healing work and homeopathy and writing, writing is an inspirational act for me, but it's also a very mental act. So this brought up something so suppressed. Some part of me wanted so badly to express myself in color and on paper this way. When I was a child, I used to paint in my closet by flashlight. I didn't want anybody to see what I was doing.
Oh my gosh, and look, we have them
so
right here.
They're on television now.
And I want to say again that this is the debut of these paintings. So, this is really quite remarkable that
That's
you're
called
here.
Flight.
Okay, Flight. That's great.
And this is called Fantasy.
I like how the silver kind of jumps off the page.
Yes, it does. The light really captures it.
It's really nice.
And that's called Safety.
Safety. And I think this one kind of goes up to the side, or...
Yeah, that's good.
Is that good?
Mm-hmm.
And tell us how you got these names. How did you know that that was safety or
I'd look at them
flight?
and the word would just come.
Mm-hmm.
And it was rather effortless to just say, this is safety. This is a child being held by a great feminine angel. And, you know, people will make their own interpretations from them if they do go into card form. And they will touch people in a certain way. These paintings are meant to inspire, to bring a sense of peace and joy and guidance, what the angels bring to me and to people who love the angels. The realm of angels is about protection and guidance and love. Mm-hmm. So I hope these paintings convey that.
I'm very excited to see them in card form. It would be just so great. Mm-hmm. Now, when a clairvoyant or an oracle reader looks at these, we just kind of look at them, we just kind of ask for a message or something. Mm-hmm. And so what's kind of interesting is someone can see the same card, and I've done this a lot myself. I'll see the same card in reading after reading after reading, and not that, every reading it has the same card, but because I've done hundreds and thousands of readings, and I use oracle cards sometimes at the very end of my reading, that I will say, oh my gosh, I have never seen this before. And it has to do with what the message is. So there may be a possibility, like if I look at this card, I all of a sudden notice this star, and not so much the star, but how it was made, and it's kind of like, and I was asking before, just if I could read these and kind of give you a message.
Oh, but, I love that.
I'm going to ask you for a message too. But so I was looking at it and I thought, here you are dancing. It's a dancing star there, and it had legs and arms, and it was just kind of interesting. And it was kind of like you're dancing with these angels as you're doing this. And then I also saw her halo, which I thought, this is a hat. And so I was thinking, and what they're kind of saying is that you wear a hat of kind of round, like a pillbox hat of energy. That's just, and it's not so much a donut as it is kind of like a pillbox hat. Mm-hmm. And that I'm kind of asking, I'm saying, why is that there? And they said, because you contain. And so when I'm looking at this, you contain the energy and it flows in very intensely.
Yes.
And it's not scattered like, yes, like this, like a feather hat or something. It just,
that spiritual force is focused in the halo.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that must be the truth of saints and angels, mm-hmm. that they are very, very focused in their spiritual presence.
Mm-hmm. Also, so if, just say, we were going to do an oracle reading, and I'm going to be very careful with these, and I'm going to have you read one for me.
Okay.
So I'm going to just pick this one. I can't see it, what it is, and I'm just going to just bring it. And so what it is this one, and this is purpose. So read this for me, will you? And kind of just give us an idea. And if you don't mind, can I put it over here?
Sure.
So that we can see it on the monitor and everybody at home can see it as well?
Well, Kermie, purpose for you is to write your books and share the truth of how spirit works in people's lives through television, through writing, through teaching, through readings. That is your purpose. And you're very clear about what that is and what that means in your life. And your dedication to serving humanity with this gift is so purposeful. I know that about you. I know that's true about you. So it's a very good card to pick.
Yes, thank you. And does it look male?
It is male. It's that male intentional energy.
Uh-huh.
It's active. That's what purpose is. It's an active force that goes out into the world. So yes, it carries that masculine intentionality.
Mm-hmm. One thing I know about the masculine energy is it's very it can manifest.
Yes.
And so sometimes if there's too much feminine, that you have great ideas and you can heal, but it's so hard to put it into action and to get it down. You can be like, oh, I'm just so full of love, and it's conceptual, but then to actually pay the bills or to do something. So this is really helpful to have a male. And as I've said before, just you know, as we looked at these, that most of them are feminine. Isn't it interesting that I picked a more masculine energy?
Yes.
To be of purpose. Oh, they're beautiful. And I also wanted to know if you had cards. I mean, a book that goes with this.
I'm going to write the book, and I'm going to put in affirmations for each card, and a prayer, and a meditation. That's the form. I love to write about it, about the quality, give an affirmation, create a meditation, create a prayer that goes with it. Because I think that's how people respond to these cards. And that's the format of all the books that I have.
I've noticed that when we do the healing power of the angels, there's a lot of different meditations and things at the end of each chapter. Let me make sure that I get this on. I love that you just, it's not like a straightforward read. There's lots of things to manifestation, administration, as you go through the angels of the root chakras and the chakras, as you do healing with these. There's affirmations and prayers. So I would imagine that was going to be kind of the similar format that you would have in this book as well.
Yes.
I can't wait to see which one's going to be the title page, the book cover. So that'll be really fun. Have you picked one yet?
No, not yet.
We're trying to get an exclusive here, even more so. And we have a large one too, and I wanted to put this up as well. That I can't quite get this on the camera, but this is expansion. And so she's just, and it's interesting that they are all a lot smaller than this one that became very large.
I just love this one. It's my saver, you know, on this, my screensaver on my computer.
Is it?
Yeah,
oh,
I
so
love
great.
this because it's so fluid and she has so much movement. She was a big surprise. I had never painted anything like her before. She just came right off the paper.
And I wanted to we're getting close to the end, and I wanted to bring this up as the last one because, I don't know, it just kind of said, leave that to the last. And so I thought, yeah, so we can expand this out. And I'm so excited that these are coming out. You've really been busy. You've gotten ebooks out, you've gotten, you still have clients for your homeopath, you know, all that, and I just think that it's really quite amazing. You're teaching some classes, and then you have time to paint. How many paintings?
70, but it's my joy. It's not work. This is not work. This is absolute, total pleasure.
I want to tell everybody, when she was writing the, I call it Kabbalah, but Kabbalah book on angels, that you actually did ceramics of the Tree of Life onto your studio. And so the studio where these angels came from have the Tree of Life, and just the progression in your life of just one creative endeavor goes on to another one that leads to another one, and so here's the culmination of all of that, actually. So these are very, very powerful.
Thank you.
We're going to be running out of time, so I just wanted to give her contact information again, and thank you so very much for being here.
Thank you, Kermie, for having me on
You're
your
welcome.
show.
You're welcome. It's so great. And if you want to get in contact with her, here's her information, but also you can go www.kermieandtheangels.com. And we just hope that you have a wonderful, blessed, and angelic week and year. This is so good. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Okay.